journey through the last 4 years of my med school with a few pauses along the way to thank some of you. All of you, hopefully. No?
It's a heartbeat to symbolize medical school.
Just go.
They have it.
Oh, that's
Patience, thank you.
Okay, so the journey literally started with a 40-hour car ride from San Diego to Detroit with my dad and Justin.
Yay!
Justin was pretty much asleep in the back seat watching DVDs the whole time.
He heard we're going to have a good time, so he came along.
So, as many of you know, on that trip, my dad's laptop flew off the top of the car somewhere in Iowa. And that was hopefully not a warning for how the next 4 years would go. We did eventually arrive safely at Bren's house with a new laptop from the Chicago Costco, and all was well. So this is where I want to take my first break and thank my dad. My dad has always been the life of the party, and I feel that way about him in my life as well. He makes it all okay and adds humor and love to everything. Although he still tells people his daughter is going to be a pediatric neurosurgeon.
Just a couple more.
I know he is proud to me, and to be honest, every day I am proud to call him my dad. I love you.
Love you too.
Justin, to some, you are the ultimate schlemiel. But to me, you are smart, funny, cute, and my closest friend. For some reason, Justin got the psychologist gene, and we all use him to analyze our problems and talk through the tough times. He is way smarter than me, and I know he will do great things in his life. Whether he graduates from Pepperdine or UCLA, the same. I love you, brother.
Yay!
Anyway, the first event of medical school was the white coat ceremony, but for some reason, that's not really the part I remember. The first image that jumps to mind is that of Uncle Mickey and Alan dripping with sweat building the IKEA furniture in my Royal Oak apartment in the middle of summer. So, I'll pause here and thank Uncle Mick, Auntie Rita, and the rest of the Mendells.
Hey, Mendel!
Thank you for building the IKEA furniture, but more importantly, thank you for always being so interested in my studies and for giving me a place to come for the holidays and for always including me in all the family festivities. A special thanks to Seth for teaching me so much in your office and for giving me honors on my rotation with you.
Great job.
Continuing on with the story. Once I got all the early partying out of my system, and first year was on a roll, it felt like the only word you guys heard coming out of my mouth was, studying! No time for phone calls or groceries or even streaming at a regular speed. Everything was in double speed. Probably the person that my studying comments most affected was my mommy, because we couldn't talk the way we like to. So let me pause here for a second. Mom, you are my best friend. We are the same person, and I see myself slowly turning into the woman I see in you. Your strength gives me strength to keep going every day, and your love grounds me and reminds me that there is more to life than medicine. I love you.
Laura!
Back to the story. Around this time, Zeta began watching lectures, at single speed, by the way, which I have no idea how we did. Snow started coming down, and this was also the time that limericks first started being written. For those of you that don't know, this is an example of a Zeta original written November 23rd, 2008. It's winter in Detroit, full of icicles and snow. Tati's at med school with Wajdi and Mo. How hard she does study, just her and her buddy, because they want 600 if you didn't know. 600 was honors on exams, by the way. So, Zeta. You are my absolute #1 fan, and none of this could have been done without you. You are selfless, interested, engaging, and full of more life and love than anyone I know. Having you hood me as a doctor on Sunday was such an honor and doesn't even come close to what I owe you for all the years you've been there for me. Thank you, and I love you.
Yay!
Buddy, you've always empathized with how hard I studied over the last 4 years. But you were always the person who said, you'll do the best you can and that's enough for us. You were also always the most excited person when I came home to visit, and the first one I'd call when I got off the plane. Your love and support mean the world to me, and I love you.
Oh, Bubby.
Yay, Bubby!
Anyway, the rest of first and second year, I streamed, studied, partied, and when I wasn't too sick from the night before, oopsie, I met the Handler girls and Bren at Nordstrom's for lunch on Saturdays. Hillary and Larry, thank you both for always including me in the kids' activities, swim lessons, pizza, holidays, etc. Hill, you were always like my cool older sister, and I'm so glad I got to spend time with Jakey and Nicolette the last 4 years like you did with me growing up. Bren, of all the people, you always got the biggest kick out of my stories from the hospital and the cases I saw. Having you in Detroit has been so comforting over the last 4 years, and I love being able to call you for lunch or coffee or Somerset any day, anytime. Love you guys. Every once in a while, I would get a small check in the mail to Gardenia Avenue.
Oh my!
Oma, I'm so happy you are here in Detroit with us. It's your first time in Michigan.
Yay! Oma!
I've said this before, but you are the glue of the Mayo family and a pillar of strength, support, and love for all of us. Your stories are unmatched, and your love touches everyone around you. I love you.
Too bad.
So, fast forwarding a bit to Isla's bat mitzvah and Thanksgiving, I guess the partying didn't stop, and me, Dewey, and Joy went out maybe a little too hard.
Hi.
But Dewey's always been the cool uncle, so it's okay. Dewey and Joy, thanks for always coming to the Detroit events and for being interested in my progress to becoming Doc Tot. We always have so much fun together, whether it's rocking out on the boat or hiking cows. Love you guys, and wish Izzy and Sam could have been here for this.
Yay.
So, I know med school is 4 years, but the decision and training really starts at the beginning of college. As a sophomore, I joined AUD, the Pre-Med Society, and pretty much on day one, met Eva and Jeremy. We became best pre-med buddies, and they both coincidentally decided to follow me to Michigan and got into U of M med school. Eva and Germs. I call it Jeremy Germs, but so it's been so much fun to only be 45 minutes away the last 4 years. You guys were my escape from the rough Detroit life. For those of you that don't know, Jeremy graduated last week and is doing residency in general surgery at Harvard next year.
Harvard?
Third choice.
That was good.
Eva just started her 3rd year, but I know is going to be a superstar. Love you guys. During my 3rd year, I began studying at the Southfield Public Library. A couple days before the OBGYN Stroff exam, I was at the library and saw a really cute boy in scrubs walk in. I started texting my mom and she said, "Make eye contact. Do not let him get away."
Ay, ay, ay.
She had a good feeling about this one. We went on our first date, and I was for sure thinking that this was a Chaldean boy, as he was showing me pictures of his sisters, Shireen and Nadia. And he was for sure thinking I was a Chaldean girl, talking about my cousins in West Bloomfield and Birmingham. Turns out we were both wrong, and so the story goes from there. Jason, your love means the world to me, and your smirky smile makes me want to squeeze your cheeks off.
Oh.
You're an amazing guy, and I am thankful every day for your love. We always say, you're the little boy I met at the library. How did this happen? But now we're off to Miami together, and I can't wait to start our lives together out there. I love you so much.
Yay!
Tushy.
Ed and Shelley, thank you so much for coming all the way out here to celebrate with us. In case you guys didn't know, they're coming back in 2 weeks for Jason's graduation. And then again 2 weeks after that to move us to Miami.
Oh.
I love spending time with you guys in Florida, and I can't wait to have fun together the next 2 years. Jackie and Maria, thank you guys for making the 5-hour drive from Chicago, and big happy birthday to Maria today.
Yeah, Maria!
I think I got everyone, but thank you guys all so much for coming, and let's give a big thanks to Bubby and Zeta for this awesome party.
Yay! Oh.
You've never spoken before.
Yeah.